Today we're going to apply some herbicide to the yard. Try to kill those dandelions and maybe some clover too. We'll talk about the rig we're using. We'll talk about the chemicals we're going to apply. Let's get started. Before we get settled in here, please press that like button. I really appreciate that. Hate having to nag about it, but YouTube really likes it when we get the likes. And we really appreciate you watching our videos. It takes a little bit of practice to swing that boom around those trees when it's way behind you on the 3-point hitch. It's pretty easy to either miss a big area or swing it right into a tree. To that end, I'd recommend the nozzle shields that protect the nozzles near the end of the boom. I don't have them on mine here, but I need to get a set. Christy wanted me to spray the driveway this year too because we have some weeds that come up through there. Kind of annoying. I don't see too much here yet, but there are a few places where we're beginning to see some weeds. Folks, the reverse auction is still on at cloudstore.co. It will not last forever, so if you're interested in an essentially new tractor at a significant discount, go check it out. Cloudstore.co. The prices drop every 12 hours until you decide to buy it. First thing I want to say is that you could easily do this with a 1025R. I'm using Johnny 2, the 2038R, simply because, well, I haven't used him much recently. Wanted to get him out and get him some exercise. Yep, I'm spraying the garden as well as the yard because, well, it's all going to corn anyway. Keep right on going, right over the little circle here, Christy. Now you've likely seen MistrSpray before, but I've got a new addition this year, and that is the foam markers that I've got on here. And I actually stole that from another one of my sprayers from years past. I really have trouble knowing where I'm going, so these foam markers help me a lot. It's actually not that expensive to make a foam marker kit, but it is crazy expensive to buy one. I guess maybe that's something we should do on this channel, is just try to build one from scratch. I think I saw someone built one for $150, but I think for the most part they're $800 to buy. I'm not getting a real good amount of foam here, but I'm getting plenty to be able to see what I'm doing, so that's good. I've got a Trimec type chemical. It's mainly 2,4-D. I'm applying 3 pints to the acre of that. And I've got some, I believe it's called triclopyr. And I'm applying 3/4 of a pint of that per acre. The mixture is very, very similar to Crossroads. So you can buy Crossroads herbicides, at least at Rural King, and have the same thing. I've got mine separately, but you could do the same thing with just Crossroads.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You having a little trouble over there, Christy?
Yeah. The garden isn't as smooth as anticipated. Oh, oh, wow, oh, oh.
This is not about you, Christy.
Oh. Yeah, getting up next to those rocks is good.
May have to do a little of that with the wand because I didn't quite get to it. Okay, off we go again. this sprayer, or a bunch of different variations of this sprayer actually, are available at MistrSpray.com. There's no E there. MISTR spray.com. Even with the foam marker kit, it's hard to do a perfect job of covering everything once and not double covering anything. But it's much easier than it would be without the foam marker. I'm trying to avoid turning on this new grass. I don't know, driving out across here is probably bad enough, but at least I can avoid turning on it. I'm just leaving my foam on all the time for simplicity, actually. Really hope I can get rid of some of this clover in here. It hinders the grass, that's for sure. I probably have no business being out here on this new grass, but I just hate to see a bunch of weeds come up through it. So I've got independent control of 3 sections of the boom here. I can turn on the left boom or the right boom or the center boom all independently. And I think that's helping me save some chemical. I'm not using it obviously out here in the middle, but when I'm trimming around stuff, I can avoid using all 3 sections, and it avoids overlapping. Some areas of this new grass are in actually really good shape from a weed standpoint, even though they haven't had much herbicide applied. I'm not sure why, other than maybe I just got a good stand of grass and got it started good and the weeds didn't have a chance. Other areas, well, not so much, right? Now I've got the 18-foot boom. MistrSpray offers several different lengths. Definitely a 12-foot, which I think in retrospect would have been better for me. You would think with this much acreage I would want a wider boom, but I think this is one of those cases where wider is not necessarily better. And the reason is because it's just harder to navigate, right? Of course, the good thing is if I do have a truly tight space, I can fold one of those booms over and then just not turn that section on. And that's going to make it a lot easier to deal with, you know, one particular area. But like this tree right up here, getting around this tree it's a little bit difficult. Thankfully, it's a 3-point hitch mount, so I can stick right there to get around it. My favorite part of this MistrSpray setup is the flexibility of configuration. You can order basically whatever you want, and MistrSpray will make it happen. It's not like just one size fits all. I really like that. This is actually my second MistrSpray. This one I added the pressure washer option, as you saw in a recent video. Okay, I'm going to shut off 2/3 of it and spray only with my boom around these trees. I would not be offended if it would put about twice as much foam. I'd be able to see a little bit better where I am, where I've been. Okay, I'm going to go along with this one boom here. I'm just spraying just with the right hand boom. I don't know if you can hear. I'm spraying just with the right hand boom to hit a little bit of this area out here. I don't think I hit very good. Now I really wanted to get the 1025R Johnny X actually out here with auto steer today. And I believe with the auto steer system I could have had maintained what I've actually sprayed and what I haven't. I have to do that a little bit manually, and I probably wouldn't have the coordination to do it all anyway. But yeah, I just didn't have time to get that out. I can't imagine any of you are too interested in the whole auto steer spraying concept anyway. Hey, when you go to order your MistrSpray, you just send an email to the contact form on the page, or you can call. Make sure you mention Tractor Time with Tim, and you get a 5% discount. It's not inexpensive, but it's exactly what you want, right? Again, you can configure it exactly as you want it, and so many of the big box stuff is not exactly what you're looking for. We get to the smaller part of the backyard here, and we can really begin to see how the boom is just, it's pretty big for lawn work, right? 18 feet is more than I would recommend. I cannot go over that very easily. Or around that. Now that's okay. Again, I'd prefer to have a smaller boom, but having said that, we have the boom here, the hand nozzle. So we can fold these booms up here in a minute, and we can get out in that area there with the hand nozzle.
You were out of foaming solution.
Oh, is that why I'm not getting any foam?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's all right, I'll finish without it. Running here for just a couple of minutes without the foam, because I'm out of foam, has reminded me how nice it is. Kind of got spoiled. Hey, here's Felipe. You may remember Felipe and Valerie from Honduras. Well, they're here for a little vacation. We're going to go out to dinner with them tonight. You can get your Honduran coffee at hishighshonduras.com. I gotta go fast now. It's almost dinner time. I don't have time to wait for the camera.
Right.
I smell a cheeseburger.
I want a salad.
No wonder you're the size you are and I'm the size I am. When we were pressure washing this tank, everybody thought it was a Co-Alliance advertisement. I found that kind of funny. Co-Alliance actually was purchased or merged or whatever with another company, so they don't even use the Co-Alliance name anymore. This is a disadvantage of the big boom, right? Is that I can't get into this area. Well, I probably could just fold them up and get into a lot of this, you know, but hey, I wanted to show you the wand. The wand works beautifully. I don't have to switch anything on the machine. It's ready for the wand at any time. In fact, if I were doing this without the video around, I probably just would have had the wand up on the tractor so that when I went around the house and some areas like that, I could just reach out there and shoot like that. Hey, this has been a frustrating one for Christy because I've been zigzagging and going around all the yard in a figure eight or who knows what, I think. But I hope it was helpful for you. MistrSpray, I'm really impressed with this unit because you can get what you want. And I ordered the 18-foot, but it wasn't what I wanted, but it wasn't their fault, it was my fault, right? Because I could have got a 12-foot boom. Again, I thought with 5 acres, 18-foot, that's what I want. MistrSpray.com. No more dandelions in our yard for this season. Next up, assuming we have time before it gets dry, is fertilizer. We need to get a soil sample. We're going to work to make our yard maybe not Class A, but a lot better. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
The field is the world, and the good seed stands for the people of the kingdom. The weeds are the people of the evil one, and the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. As the weeds are pulled up and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will weed out of his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil.